What's going on? What's going on, guys? Corville here. I am joined by Wambly, one of the one of the guys who
I'll say
was.
it. I'll say it
He'll
because you
say
don't
it.
want to say
Yeah,
it. I'm part of the Chuds.
he's part of the Chuds. Yeah, the secret's out. We know who you are. We're gonna hunt you down.
That's fine, whatever.
No, I wanted to make a quick PSA for all of you guys here because there was a lot of there was I got a lot of things wrong in the previous video that I released regarding this group, and I am deeply apologetic towards this group and what I said to them. I never meant this. I never meant that video to target or to single them out or to attack them personally. I viewed that moment with a lot of hate and just like I was really upset. I won't lie. I was very upset that of the
You know that
circumstances that
one.
happened. Yeah.
You know that one meme with the soldier and the entire world just exploding behind him, and he's
Yeah.
just standing. That was you with your VR headset on.
Yeah, that was me. I was literally there for it. I was like hands
You
down.
were in. You were in the world.
Yeah. Yeah. But so just I wanted to make this quick video so you guys could just kind of see that there's no beef between me and this group of players. We talked everything out and they explained their side of it, I explained my side of it. Essentially, I thought that they were content creators who were just killing players for the sake of content and not actually like they were basically trying to like make it so other players couldn't enjoy the server, whereas that at all was not what was happening at all, and I completely misunderstood what was happening. I was only going off of the information that was told to me during the event, so I absolutely should have asked around and seen like I should have I should have asked more questions, and I should have reached out to the people who were directly involved with this incident. Um, Everyone's fine. We're like, as you can tell in this call, we're chilling right now. We've been talking now for what, like the past, like, what is it,
It's like an hour.
like an
It's been
hour?
about an hour.
Yeah, about an hour. So there's no hate or no tension, and I really do mean this. These guys have every good intention for the server and for the people a part of it. Um, but just to make things better, just to like so I can kind of have this clear on my conscience, I'm gonna go ahead and donate about $100 to Rift and Rift events, just so that way the staff kind of know, hey, I really fucked up here, and I'm really terribly sorry for this huge misunderstanding. Any stress or any problems this may have caused for any of the Rift staff or anything like that, as well as for you, Wambly. I am
I,
going to make this video public on my channel
yeah, I mean,
because
it's whatever. Like,
yeah,
I
because
mean,
I do genuinely want to show you guys how fucking sorry I am about like all this
and
huge misunderstanding that just like
really quick about the content thing. I just
yeah.
want to like just so I can like explain to the people who
Mm.
are watching.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Uh, the reason that like I can 100% understand why you would assume that it was content focused, but if I'm going to be very transparent, the people who were part of the group that orchestrated this plan, I was dead, right? So the revival of me was not really like a thing that was guaranteed until like the morning of day 4. This plan was already taking place the night before, and I was unaware. Like heads were already being gathered day 3, and so this was not planned for my content. And out of our group, the only person who even is interested in making content out of this situation was me, right? And so there was actually just zero content purpose of this, and we were just playing a character in a story, right?
Yeah.
We were just playing villains, and at the end of the day, that's what we ended up doing. And I can 100% see how the idea slipped into people's heads that like we just killed a bunch of people for content, but realistically, that's not what it was, right?
Yeah.
Of course, I'm going to end up using the footage in the video because it happened, right?
Mhm.
But at the end of the day, like that's not what actually was the reason behind it. they had already decided that they wanted to play the villains of the story before I was even aware that this plan was a thing. So I basically just hopped on the bandwagon and was like, all right, let's ride.
That's
Like,
right.
yeah, I was
Yeah.
just like, let it ride.
Yeah.
Like, but yeah, I mean, I'm glad we had this conversation.
Oh
I mean, at
yeah.
the end of the day,
Yeah.
at the end of the day, there is,
Yeah. It's one of the things
this.
like what I didn't want to happen with this whole problem is I didn't want to just panic and delete the unlisted video and then just try to sweep everything under the rug and pretend that it never happened. Because then
Oh.
I would be the spineless coward. You know, like I would look like a I don't want to do that
Yeah.
because then that's just like I want to be honest and upfront with both my viewers and also the people that I collab with, and just like I want to try and be as genuine and authentic as possible. So to you the viewer, I am extremely sorry that information was just not correct in that video, and it like please for the love of god don't think these people are just joining SMPs just to mess with them. It's they are perfectly just they are normal funny great people, like genuinely
Yeah.
this was on me 110% of the way, and I absolutely will take accountability.
And I mean, also keep in mind, like out of out of our group, like the only people at this, like we couldn't have even tried to orchestrate this if we wanted to, because at the only people out of our group that we actually knew when this was a thing was the only two people who knew each other was me and Maple. And I mean, obviously, people watching this probably have seen the application video I put in, and that had me and Maple in it. But the only reason that we were even on a team together was because we actually just random luck spawned next to each other,
Mm,
right? Like the other person who was in our application video, Flix, right, was
right.
so far away and didn't end up joining our group. He didn't even end up finding us and by until random chance by the end of day one, and then still didn't join our group. Right? Like
Yeah.
it was like we had no plans to like do this or like anything along those lines. It's just you know I will suggest one thing for the viewer watching this. If somebody ever comes and asks for your friend's head, I would say no.
Yeah, say no. If
I would
if
say no.
if there is something to learn from this, don't just give your player's head to some random group that's promising to revive them. And also, when stuff like this does happen in the server, for God's sake, don't jump to a conclusion. Like, don't be a bonehead and do what I did and just assume the worst thing possible and dive off the deep end. Like, actually investigate the problem and reach out and do your research. I get that there were a lot of emotions during that time when that tragedy happened, but at the end of the day, these are genuinely good people who had an idea for the server that could have made that we're going to make things very interesting for a lot of people. And while yes, it is messed up, am I okay to talk about the like do you want to talk about the revive thing that you told me?
Oh, I mean,
It's up to you.
I don't even,
I don't like if you want to keep that to
I
yourself.
don't even know. I don't even remember what I said.
Oh, it was about like how hard it was to get revives.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, that's fine. Like, I mean, I can preface this. I mean,
Yeah,
realistically, I'm not trying to be like an asshole in this situation, but like at the end of the day, like revives were so ungodly rare,
yeah,
right? Like, like statistically, out of everybody that was going to get revived, like if we had to go through the amount of heads that we had, I would say maybe 10 of those people would have got revived, and they were people who were actively in these large factions, not in like so like a good 20 to 30 of these people who were just playing by their own would probably have never got revived, right?
right, right.
And so like it's not even like in like an asshole kind of way. It's just more along the lines of like,
It just
at the
statistically
end of the
was
day
not
we
possible. Yeah,
yeah, yeah, it was just like my group spent so long looking for a revive to only end up, having to bum some off of another person, right? Like,
right.
so it was like at the end of the day, we don't think that like what we did actually it emotionally affected people, but it didn't actually physically affect the end all be all of the
Right.
server.
Right.
And like, especially since some of the heads got retrieved anyway,
Hmm.
like those characters and those people can come back and play in those stories. But
Yeah.
then at the end of the day, we basically we did a big nothing burger
Right.
of
I
nothingness,
will
right?
say, like,
And
when I was up at the I was on top of the, I think it's like a coliseum or like meeting, it was the big building that was across
the big
the river.
circle.
Yeah, I was standing on there. We saw all of the sand underneath your guys' building, and we're like, there's no fucking way they're gonna just drop everyone into a sand pit. There's no way these guys are gonna do this.
Yeah, and let me quickly preface one more thing
Hmm.
because I've heard a lot of people talk about this too.
Yeah.
Um, if you look at the footage of how the two people died, the two people that everybody blames on us that we actually quote unquote killed, um, Mochi died to somebody that wasn't part of the Chuds, right? Because
Hmm. He was
they
just kind of
fell down the
okay.
that fell down he fell down the hole,
Yeah.
right? And the people that were chasing after our group of people, right, killed Mochi. And because they were in similar armor to us, and then they were in a 2 by 2 hole under the ground, and the name tags weren't necessarily showing. So
Oh.
they just assumed that they were one of us. And then, second, Houseless was killed by one of us, but in this instance, right, there are rules in state that if you are attacked, you have the right to self defense. And just so happened to the last hit on Houseless was the from one of us, right?
Yeah.
It wasn't like we weren't attacking people back, right?
You
It's
took my
just
best friend away from me. How could you?
like we weren't attacking people back because we knew the situation, what
Hmm.
we did was bad, and we didn't want to take anybody's life. That's why the sand pit didn't kill anyone to fall
Yeah.
damage, right? Because it was only a 2 block hole
See,
drop.
I thought what
Like,
had ended up happening was someone had ended up disarming it, because we actually like, while you guys were giving your big like speech, you know, while you guys were talking, we had someone crawl into the side of that sand trap to see, and he came back and he was like, "Yeah, there's nothing down there." And I was like, what do you mean there's nothing down there? Did you dig far enough down?" And he's like, "Yeah, like there's like jack shit down there."
yeah, and the only reason that we even put the sand fall thing there in the first
Mm,
place was Willits goes, there has to be time for us to escape, right?
yeah.
Like, so
Your escape
dropping
was
the people who
clean,
are
by the way. Like I saw your guys' name tag. You shot all the way back, and I saw you
we
drop down. So I assume you guys had this whole tunnel thing, like dug out
yeah,
before.
I after the effects, I heard about something about how somebody found the tunnel because when we went in, right, the tunnel was blocked. Somebody filled in the tunnel, right? And so as we're running, we have Ryan up front mining, me and Will placing blocks behind us, right?
Hmm.
And then we eventually we look past and we're like, where is everyone else? And somebody had dug a hole to the side and fell into this small area where like the dripstone was supposed to, because this entire contraption was built with like dripstone falling on signs and then signs breaking and dropping the thing. There was like no redstones involved or anything, which
Right.
is actually, if you actually think about it, it's so crazy that Willits came up with that. It's actually super cool.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Um,
like the whole redstone thing that you guys pulled was fucking brilliant. Like I like that was
yeah,
the one thing I couldn't get mad about, because it was like the red. I didn't think redstone mechanics were even like doable in Ruinous.
yeah.
So
Yeah, like Willits came up with this a crazy thing about how like you can break signs with dripstone and like but we wanted to make sure that like when the sand fell,
mhm.
right, it didn't kill anyone because we didn't have any kill tickets to kill anyone, and even if we had them we wouldn't have killed anyone,
Yeah.
like that wasn't the point of what we were doing,
Yeah, because the
right?
way,
So
like, when I first saw that, what I interpreted that as is like, you guys tried building a sand trap, it failed, but your original reasoning behind that was you wanted to kill people's friends in front of them and then kill them, so the last thing they saw was their friends dying in front of them. That was how I
Oh,
interpreted that. Was like, you guys
that's
are messed
crazy.
up. Yeah, yeah. It was like, it was just all like red. Like that's where my head
Yeah.
was just like,
Yeah, no. I mean, we dropped that obviously, like, we did, like, finish people's friends in front of them,
yeah,
like,
and
but
that, yeah,
the idea wasn't to kill anybody else because that's why we had, like, the escape route planned and, like, all that kind of stuff. We knew the second that this happened, we were targets number 1, and
yeah,
had that second hole not been there, we probably would have got away,
right.
right? Like, uh and it was just kind of crazy
Mm-hmm.
because like everyone just assumes that like that sand trap is what killed people. Like if you look at the footage and you look at the things that like people provided after the event, like
Yeah,
the sand trap wasn't the issue.
it
It
didn't
was
kill
people
anyone, but
falling into a hole.
yeah,
Yeah, it was
and that,
people falling into a hole and then getting killed without kill tickets,
right,
right?
right.
So that's
No,
why their heads ended up coming
I
back.
will say this though about House's death though, and this is what I didn't know until after the session. Someone tried to destroy House's head because they thought
Yeah.
House was one of the like what was one of you
Yeah,
guys.
that's what happened with Mochi's head too,
Yeah,
was the second that they got, which it's also kind of crazy to me because like some of the heads of like somebody picked up some heads and there were like some like miscommunications or whatever, and like they just threw them onto a cactus without context, right? Like
yeah,
and
yeah,
and like everybody was mad. I totally understand that, but like it's just it was after the fact. It was just a absolute
yeah,
cluster of emotions and people
yeah,
confused, and like even and I'll even be straight up about this. When me, Ryan, and Willits were running through the escape tunnel, we were literally like, oh my gosh,
yeah.
like we immediately felt the remorse, but
Mm-hmm.
at that point it was too late, like
Yeah.
at that point it was like what's been done has been done, and we were like, all right, let's go, like let's get out of here,
No,
like
I get that, and like, and just to build upon that, like when I was talking with Otto, after I made that unlisted video, talking about like the incident and like my thoughts on it and just all that pent up like just aggression that I had towards the whole situation. When he told me about all the stuff that had happened, when I read your message that posted, I was like, oh fuck, there was a lot of things I did not know about this group or that I did not know regarding this whole situation because so just to fill the viewer in about like my whole like perspective of this whole situation. I was told that like and again, this was all stuff that I had learned when I was streaming and when I was actually in Ruinous Sands. I was told that this was a group of content creators, and that's all I knew about this group. I had no idea what their usernames were online, what their sub or follower count was. I had no idea how big these people were. All I knew is that they were content creators, or at least maybe one of them was. It's only Wambly from our conversation, but all I knew is that they were content creators, and when I saw them kill a bunch of people, a bunch of like when I saw them throw a bunch of heads into a cactus, I immediately was like, oh my gosh, they're killing a bunch of people for content and then running away. Like that was again like that was the reason I was calling you guys a bunch of spineless cowards, was because you killed a bunch of people and then ran away. Because like that's how I perceived that. So that's why I was like I had a lot of just like I had a lot of like remorse towards those who were in that pile because it's like there was just so many people. There was just so many people in that pile.
yeah, yeah,
Oh my
yeah.
gosh. No, I was dude, I was oh my gosh. I was up in arms about all of it. And then um yeah, when I learned the truth, I did not I did not get much sleep that night, and I still to this like even to this video being posted, I still have not even looked at any of the comments, but from what Wambly has told me that they are not good. They are not good. But rest
uh,
assured, we've made up and we've talked about it.
yeah, yeah.
I
And I plan to see you in future events and maybe work
yeah.
with you, do that kind of
Oh,
stuff because it's fun.
absolutely, yeah. Oh, yeah, it's
Yeah,
fun.
yeah.
I hope to
And
make like
let
future
me
videos with you, man. Like it's been like it's been a riot, you know.
Yeah, it's super cool. I do want to say, because I obviously was not the main conductor of this, I do have to give my credit where credit's due. Uh, Zune, you're the goat, absolute goat for pulling all this together. It was hilarious. Willits, you're awesome. You're so smart. You're so insanely smart for building that trap the way you did. Ryan for being a hospital guy, and Tango for just being the funniest dude I've ever met in my life, and Maple for being Maple.
Yeah, yeah,
Like at the end of the day, I love these guys, and I'm so glad I met them in this event, and I hopefully am invited back to more Rift events to be able to
absolutely.
play. Man, like
Same.
absolutely love the hospitality, love the groups, love the people. It was awesome, and I can't wait to see the next version of the Chuds.
Yeah. I wouldn't call yourselves that though. No,
Yeah,
but
I wouldn't say. Don't call yourself the Chuds. We kind of got shoehorned into that name, and now we're stuck with it. So,
but in a serious note though, these guys are chill. These guys are amazing. I do sincerely apologize for that video being posted and the I mean, I hope you guys know that when I closed the script, that was just raw emotion that I was talking about. And was I being a little bit of a baby about it? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I was being a little bit of an emotional baby about it, but I mean, I genuinely care about each person in Ruinous Sands, and I care about their experiences in that server. So much so that it's like I'll go out of my way to make an entire video about it. But I really do love Rift. I really do love the people in Rift. I think there's so many creative and talented people in there, and I really hope this doesn't sour anyone's taste of Rift, myself, or the people or the chuds involved in this entire ordeal. So please go show them some love. Go show Rift some love. I'm gonna donate $100 to the Rift server to help them out with servicing fees and all that, as well as make this video public on my channel, just so that way these guys know I want to be 100% genuine and authentic to both them and the viewer. I don't want there to be any misunderstandings or any ill feelings between anyone here. This is all for fun. This is at the end of the day, this is all in the name of just enjoying a server and just having fun. So, with that,
um,
Wambly, do you have any closing
yeah.
thoughts or?
I mean, if I could do a little forced promo.
Oh yeah, yeah, dude, you've earned it. You've honestly you deserve it. Yeah,
um,
it is. Yeah, yeah. Please, please.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, this wasn't necessarily for content, but it will be end up being a video. If you guys are interested in seeing what actually happened when the video comes out, I'm not entirely sure what's going to happen going forward. There's still more 2 days left of the event, and we'll see, where the Chuds end up do next. But, I mean, I'm excited. This was one of the most the fun experiences I've ever had, and I'm very excited to, you know, uh, see some more in the future, hopefully be invited back to participate in a less chaotic
Yeah.
storyline. That would be awesome. Like maybe not die to ants day one.
I'll tell you what, man. I was pissing myself just like building up a tower of blocks just to collect glowberries. Like I one wrong, because like I don't move with WASD. I move with a joystick. So if I accidentally tap that joystick, I could fall and just die instantly. So I completely get that fear, and yeah.
Dude,
Anyway,
it's got to be crazy for you when you see like bosses and you're staring and you
I
have to
haven't
physically look
I
up.
haven't seen a
Oh
boss.
my.
I'm gonna be so for real. I have not seen a single boss because I have just been farming and resource gathering for the TV. So I have
Oh.
that'll change this weekend, I'm sure. But
Yeah, it's gonna be crazy,
it
and
will
I
be.
can't wait to watch your POV of it. That'll be
Oh my
awesome.
gosh, yeah, yeah.
That'll be awesome.
It'll be great. I gotta download those streams before they expire on my Twitch. Um, but yeah.
But
Um, any closing thought? Any plugs? Like you want to plug your socials or anything like that?
nah, nah,
No.
that ain't what this about. That ain't what it's about.
Okay.
Just you know, remember, guys. At the end of my closing words here, Judging people for what they do in roleplay is weird,
Yes.
unless what they did was weird.
Yes.
Then you can judge
Then
them.
you can judge
Um,
them.
don't let the villain of your story turn you into the villain of a story turn you into a real life villain. All
Yeah,
right, and at the end of the day, that's all I gotta say. So,
absolutely.
we're good here.
Yeah,
I'm glad we had this conversation,
absolutely,
and
man. I'm just happy we were able to
um,
just get all this figured out because I remember I messaged you with an apology and I was not expecting you to reply with like, oh yeah, no, we're chilling, like we're cool, like it's all fine. I'm like, no, it's not fine. I greatly offended you.
well, it was just like more along the lines of like, I personally took no offense to the situation because like I've said a million times, and I've said it in the group chat a million times, like I actually had so much less to do with this than everybody else. So like when people are saying things, it's more along the lines of like these people that I spent like my time with, and like that we've become friends, good friends, getting slandered. Like it's more along the lines of I'm just gonna, ride for my people.
Yeah,
Like at the end of the day, that's all it was. I don't really get offended. I don't really have any problems with people. I just
right.
want to
No,
make
I
sure
get
that
that.
people are treated with respect, even if it, isn't me.
Right.
I want to
No,
do the
yeah.
things for the right people.
Absolutely. And that's how I feel about a lot of the people Rift and all that is I want to try to get as many people to the final bosses as possible so that way they can experience what that's like for like for their first time because I'm sure for a lot of people this is the first time they're in a Rift event. I mean, this is the first time I'm a part of a Rift event, so that's probably one of the reason a big contributing factor as to why I reacted the way that I did. Um but no, how I acted was completely inappropriate, and I hope that this conversation will show a lot of people that that the Chuds aren't bad. I'm not as bad as I came across in that video, and that we have in fact made up, and we're chilling.
Yeah.
We are chilling like villains. I guess we are both the villains of our own story. No,
That's what it is.
it's fine. We beat the shit out of each other, but now we can go drink a beer and laugh about it. So that's what guys do.
Oh yeah.
That's what
That's what we do.
that's what we do. So other than that, I'm gonna go ahead and I'll end recording here and